everyone. It's a beautiful spring day here in Southern California. And you know, spring is a time for new beginnings and openings. I grew up in a very cold climate. I grew up on Long Island. And you know, I love hearing birds chirp. And I realized that one of the reasons was there were no birds there in the winter, but as soon as spring started to happen, the birds were chirping, they were back. And so it's one of my favorite things. So I think, you know, at this time of spring and openings, let's open our heart a little bit and be open to going a little farther in our Hatha Yoga postures than we have before. I don't mean going further into the pose, but I mean having a deeper experience of it, which means keeping our mind much more focused and aligned with exactly what we're doing. So if you find your mind drifting today, try to just gently bring it back to exactly what we're doing, the pose. You know, you can always say stretching, 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 or pausing, 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 whatever it takes to keep bringing it back. So let's be open to that today. And so let's begin by putting our awareness along the spine behind the heart. We're going to do a couple of expansions and contractions. So we'll inhale, and as we exhale, we'll just let love and light expand out from our heart. We inhale, we gather it back in, and then we exhale, it expands out maybe even farther. So let's do 4 of those breaths. So nice. So now trying to keep our awareness in the heart center and our mind engaged with what we're doing. Let's do 4 full yoga breaths. So bending forward, exhale completely. As we inhale, we'll fill our lungs completely, lower, middle, upper portion of the lungs, expand our arms into a Y, and then exhale through our nose, exhaling completely. And on the last one, we'll bring our arms to our sides, pause, bringing our awareness back to the heart center. And now a half moon. So we'll bring our arms up, left hand in front, cross palms, lock thumbs, stretch up on your toes, back down on the heels, bending to your left, and your elbows are slightly bent. Remember, we're not jutting the hip way out. We want to keep it aligned. And then back to center, we'll stretch again, back down on our heels, lower our arms and pause. And now the other side, right hand in front this time, stretching again, back down on the heels, bending to the right. And then back to center, stretch, back down on our heels, lower our arms and pause. Let's do a side triangle next. So stepping out with the left leg, that foot is pointed out. We'll bring our arms up, reaching out, bringing the left hand down towards the knee, calf, or foot, wherever it's comfortable. Opposite arm is raised. And we'll come back up. Turn our foot in, let's arch back. And then bring our feet together and lower our arms. And now the opposite side, stepping out with the right leg. And we'll bring our arms up, coming down, right hand towards the knee, calf, or foot. Opposite arm is up. And we'll come back up, turn the foot in. We'll do that arch back again, feet together, and lower our arms. We're working today also on opening and releasing tension in the lower back and hips. And so we're going to do a wide leg forward bend, which is great for both of those things. So bending from the hips and lowering down. Palms together, let's come up very slowly. Bring our feet together and pause. And let's do a pyramid pose next. So stepping out with your left leg, bending from the hips, palms are together at the chest. And you can release your hands, let them drop down, let your head drop down as well. And then we'll come up very slowly. Turn the foot in and feet together. And now the other side. So stepping out with the right leg, palms together and bending forward. And then releasing your hands, dropping your head down. And then palms together, coming up. We're going to do a standing cat next. So you want to bend your knees slightly, hands on the thighs, and then we'll arch the spine up, and then in the opposite direction. And let's do 4 more of those. We'll do a chair pose next. So let's bring our arms up, coming up onto our toes. And then opening the arms wide. The mood of this pose is one of great openness. And then we'll come back up, stretch up on our toes again, and pause. And we're going to do some roll-ups for our lower back. So feet are a little wider than the shoulders, not real wide. And then we're going to slide down, putting the weight in our heels, and then roll the back up. It's really nice for the lower back. Let's do 3 more of those. There we go. So nice for the back, for the lower back. Let's move to the back of our mats now for a jackknife. And we'll bring our arms up, stretching up on our toes. Back down on our heels, bending forward from the hips, relaxing down. So we're going to do a little twist, a little bit different. We're going to take our right hand, bring it outside the left foot, and raising the left arm, looking over our left shoulder. And then we'll lower that arm. We'll pause in between. Now the opposite side. Left hand goes outside the right foot, right arm is up, looking over the right shoulder. And we'll lower both arms, we'll dangle a moment. And then palms together, we'll roll up nice and slowly. And now we'll move into a backward bend. So stepping forward with the left leg, coming onto the right knee, bringing your left leg forward, stretch, and then arch back. And then we'll lower our arms. We'll bring that left foot in a little bit. We're going to put our hands on our waist, and we'll twist, looking over to the left. Back to center. And twisting to the right. And back to center. Palms together. We'll readjust our balance and stand up. And now opposite side. So coming down onto the left knee this time, bringing the right leg forward, shifting your weight forward and arch back. And bring your arms down, readjust our balance, hands on the hips, We're going to twist to the left first. Back to center, and then twisting to the right. And back to center. Palms together, and we'll readjust our balance. Standing up. And now coming to the front of your mat, we're going to do a round of salutation to the sun, and we'll hold the mountain just a little bit longer with our emphasis on the hips and lower back. So let's begin, palms together. We'll arch back and inhale, and then exhale, coming forward. Stepping back with the left leg. Right leg back into the slant board. Down on the knees, chest, chin, or forehead. Up into a cobra. Coming up into a mountain. You can do this, but you can bend your knees, or you can pick your heels up, whatever it takes to do it. And then stepping forward with the left leg. Right leg forward. We'll come up, arch back, and come forward again. Fingers and toes line up. This time we step back with the right leg. Left leg back, slant forward. Down on the knees, chest, chin, or forehead. Coming up into a cobra. Coming into a mountain. And stepping forward with the right leg. Left leg forward. We'll come up, arch back, and then pause. And now let's do a garland pose. So feet much wider than the shoulders, your feet are pointing out. We're sitting back. We can bring our arms up for this one. You can hold the mudra, first finger and thumb, or not, just hold your hands open. And straighten your legs, lower your arms, feet together. And then you can lie down and rest in Savasana. You can sit up now and face your screen. And we'll start our seated poses with the butterfly. So we'll put our feet together and hands underneath the feet and flap our wings. And then bending forward, head towards the toes. Then we'll sit up, and then in the butterfly position, we're going to stretch our arms forward, bringing our head towards our feet. You're not going to go all that far down, but it's a great stretch for the lower back. And then coming back up, and then we'll move into our leg liberating. We'll do a half butterfly. So your right leg is extended, your left foot is in, and we'll flap our left leg. It's really good for the hips. And then bring our arm underneath our knee. Let's do 3 knee rotations in one direction, and then 3 back in the opposite direction. And then holding onto your foot, we'll rotate our leg. And then cradling your leg, let's rock it. And then we'll lower that leg, bringing the opposite foot in. Let's do the butterfly, half butterfly. And then arm underneath your knee. We'll do 3 rotations in one direction. And then 3 back the other way. Grasping our foot, we'll rotate. And then rocking. And then feet together. Let's bring our nose toward the toes again. See if we go just a little further in. And then coming back up to cross-legged. And now eagle arms. So let's bring our left arm up, the right arm wraps underneath it, the thumb touches the third eye or is just out from it. Relax your shoulders. And then raising your arms up. And lower them back down. And then pausing. Now bringing the right arm up, and if you can't wrap your arm all the way around, just bring it underneath like that. That will do it. Again, thumb out from the third eye or touching it, your choice. Relax the shoulders. And then raising your arms up. And lower back down. Release your arms. We'll do a twist next. We're going to do it with a straight leg today. So keeping your right leg straight, and we're going to bring the left foot on the opposite side of that leg. You can wrap an arm around the knee or reach around to grasp your foot and bringing your left arm behind your back, making a fin or on the floor. Here. And then we'll untwist. Keeping our legs straight, we're pausing. Now the opposite side. So this time we keep the left leg straight, right leg comes across it, left arm either wraps around it or reaches around to grasp your foot or ankle, right arm making a fin or wrapping around your waist, looking over your right shoulder. And untwist. Let's do a posterior stretch next. So let's bounce our knees a little bit. Then pause them. Inhale, stretching down, grasping your big toe, or just hands on the legs, head towards both knees. Just soften that lower back. Feel like a soft light is helping you do that. And then releasing, sitting back up. Let's do our reclining twist. So bringing your hands behind you on the left side. It's a very gentle twist. Coming back to center. And now in the opposite direction, twisting to the right. And we'll untwist. And we're going to come up onto our hands and knees. And we're going to do a pigeon. So let's bring the left leg in front, across. Right leg is extended behind us. Both hands on the mat, looking up. And then sliding forward, forehead to the mat. And then walking your hands back up. Let's pause. And now the opposite side. So both hands on the mat. We'll bring the right leg across in front. Stretching the left leg behind us and looking up. And then sliding forward. And then we'll come stretch back, arms in front in the child's pose. And then we're going to come back up to our hands and knees. We're going to move into the lizard. So bringing our right leg forward, both hands inside the leg, left leg is extended behind us, and we are looking up. And then stretching back. Again, child's pose with the arms in front to pause. And then we'll come back up onto our hands and knees, bringing our left leg forward this time. Both hands inside the left leg, right leg extended behind us. And then bringing that leg back, again, stretching, coming into the child's pose, arms in front. And then coming up into the firm. And now we're going to move into a head to the knee. So right leg is extended, left foot is into the thigh. We'll limber our upper back. Crossing our wrist, we'll rotate our ankle a few times in each direction. And then sitting up, palms on our thigh. Inhale, and as you exhale, you're just going to float down in there. And then coming back up. And back to cross-legged. And now the other side. And we'll limber our upper back. And then rotate our ankle. And then sitting up and moving in at your own rate. The affirmation left and right and all around, harmonies are mine. And we'll come up, back to cross-legged. And then opening into a V-leg stretch, so nice wide V. And we'll slide forward first just to warm up, abdomen towards the mat. And then walk our hands back up. And then sliding your hands down your legs. If you can reach your big toe, 2 fingers around the big toe, thumb across the top. If not, hands just rest on your legs, abdomen towards the mat. And then sliding our hands back up and coming back to cross-legged. Let's come into the firm. Right big toe over the left, nestling into the arches of our feet. Pull our shoulder blades back, let them relax. And we're going to do some hush breaths. So we inhale through the nose. When we exhale, we open our mouth wide, make the ha sound. We exhale twice as long as we inhale. When we exhale, we slide forward. When we inhale, we come back up. So let's do 5 hush breaths. We'll inhale and then exhale. 4 more, making sure you make the ha sound out loud. And now let's slide up into a cobra. And we're going to come down into a sphinx on the forearms. And then start lowering yourself down. When you don't need to use arms, bring them to your sides, forehead to the mat, and then turn your cheek to the mat. Let's do an alligator next. So forehead to the mat, and then lifting your arms alongside your body, arms, legs, head, everything you can get off the mat. And then lower yourself down. Again, cheek on the mat. Let's do a bow. So forehead to the mat, bending your knees, grasping your feet, and lifting your torso and your legs. And then lower yourself back down. And rolling over onto your back. And we're going to do head of the cow legs on our back. So bringing your right leg up, bringing the left leg across the top, grasping your feet or your ankles, whatever is more comfortable, and bringing your legs closer to your body. And then we'll release. We'll straighten our legs to pause. And now the opposite side. So this time, right leg on top, grasping the ankles or feet and bringing your legs closer to your body. And then we can release and straighten our legs. And now let's do a leg stretch. So bringing your left leg up, your hands can go anywhere along the leg that you like. You can flex your foot, or if that's uncomfortable, you can relax it. But flexing it helps to stretch the hamstring and the calf. And then we'll lower that leg and then raising the opposite leg. And then lower your leg. Now let's bend our knees. We're going to do a supine spinal twist with both knees bent. So you can bring your arms out and then dropping your knees to the left. And then looking over your right shoulder. And bring your knees back to center. We'll straighten our legs to pause. And now we'll bend our knees, going in the opposite direction, going to the right this time. Arms are out, you're looking over your left shoulder. And then back to center. Straighten your legs. And now let's bend our knees. We're going to do the happy baby. So knees are bent. We're holding onto the heel or the inner sole there. Either way, whatever is comfortable. And you can rock from side to side. And then we'll get really still. And then we'll lower our legs. And we'll do a threading the needle. So left ankle on the right thigh, wrapping your arms around that leg and bringing it closer to your body. We'll rotate our ankle a few times in each direction. We'll lower our legs and we'll move to the opposite side. And then rotate our ankle again a couple times in each direction. And lowering our leg. And you can straighten your legs out. And we'll prepare for deep relaxation. So let's begin by rubbing your palms together briskly till they get warm. And then palming your eyes. So nice to release that eye tension. And then lower your arms to your sides. And let's inhale, tense, raising your arms and legs. And then exhale, let it all flop down. One more time, inhale, tense, lift, just an inch or two off the mat. And then exhale, lower it all down. And now we're ready to get into a state of deep peace. So let's begin. We'll visualize a beautiful white light. It's soft like a mist. It fills your room. And very gently, it surrounds your body. You feel light and free, just like you're floating on a cloud. This beautiful soft mist enters the toes of your left foot, one by one. Fills your arch, heel, calf, knee, thigh, and your hip. Your left leg completely relaxed. Very gently now, the mist fills the toes of your right foot. And it fills your foot, your calf, knee, thigh, and hip. Both legs free of tension. This soothing mist fills your abdomen, and it brings peace and calmness to your chest, your heart, your lungs. Very gently now, the mist begins to fill your back, starting at the lower back, moving to the middle back, and the upper back. This sweet mist now fills the fingers of your left hand. It fills your hand, relaxes your forearm, your upper arm, your shoulder. The soft, gentle mist fills the fingers of your right hand, fills your hand, your forearm, your upper arm, your shoulder. Both arms free of tension. This loving mist fills your neck, and it brings peace and calmness to your jaw, teeth, tongue, lips, your left eye, your right eye. The soft mist now begins to enter your brain, filling all of your brain cells. It relaxes your thoughts, your feelings. This loving mist now moves out to touch every hair on your head. Your entire body is now completely relaxed. And this leaves your consciousness free. Free to expand. It expands first to fill your room, and then it expands out through the country, through the continent. It expands beyond mountains, beyond trees. It expands to the galaxies. It expands beyond galaxies, beyond galaxies, beyond, until the entire universe is but a speck of light in one tiny corner of your infinite peace. Enjoy. And now let's bring our awareness back from the universes, back from the galaxies, all the way back into your body. It returns first behind your eyes, flooding your face, neck, and throat with renewed vitality, renewed consciousness. Moves down your left arm to the fingertips, down the right arm to the fingertips, down your back to the hips, into your heart, lungs, chest, abdomen, left leg to the toes, right leg to the toes. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And then inhale, stretch your arms above your head, tense. Exhale, lower your arms, relax. And then you can roll up onto one side and face your screen. So we want to make sure that we are fully back in our bodies. Hopefully we're feeling so much lighter and freer and open. Let's do some medulla massage. So right where the neck meets the skull, that little hollow, taking 3 fingers of each hand, let's massage 3 to 5 times one way and 3 to 5 times the other way. Press back and push forward. Let's do that again, massaging in one direction 3 to 5 times, and then 3 to 5 times back the other way. Press back and drop forward. Great. I hope you're feeling so refreshed and ready for a great evening. So thank you so much for joining me. For those of you who can stay, I'll turn the cameras off. Oops, no, I'll turn the recording off and turn your cameras on. So, Jai.